Welcome back. Hey, Technical Brad here. All right, today we have a special little project we're working on. We've got a new tool that we are adding to our arsenal of tools. This is the iQ from iQ Industry Power Tools. It's a 7-inch dry cut tabletop tile saw. Now, for the better part of 20 years now, we've been using a wet saw to cut our tile. And we have just received this, so we're going to unbox this thing and we're going to get it put together and we're going to try it out and see how it works. It has a dust collector system in it so that you can use it without water, and it will hopefully not create any dust inside a room. Like I say, we've used a wet saw for a long time, and the wet saw works great. Usually when we do a project, we have to set the wet saw up like out in a garage, and then we would have to travel through the house, because a lot of times we're doing bedrooms and bathrooms that are at the other end of the house, and then you spend as much time running back and forth from the where you're measuring your tile and all that to where you're cutting it. So kind of interested if this thing works and if we'll be able to perhaps set this up. It also came with a little care package here. We've got some extra blades. This is the hard material blade, and we got a couple of combination blades here, and they've got a special arbor for them to fit in there and hook onto the machine. We also have a dressing stone that you can use on the blades to revitalize them, it says, when they get glazed up, and a polishing pad, and of course some safety equipment here. We got a couple of glasses and some headgear there, some ear gear to protect your ears from the noise. So yeah, so what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get this thing unboxed, and then we will assemble it. There's minimal assembly, I believe, to it, and we'll get this thing put together and we'll see what it does. Welcome back. Technical Brad here. Okay, so we got our machine set up on its side per the directions. Now, every tool comes with an instruction manual and directions and all that. They're more suggestions, I consider them, than directions, okay? So these are just suggestions of what you have to do. But I am looking at these, and we're going to go ahead and put our blade on. We're using I'm going to use the combination blade here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up in here, and we're going to take the nut off. Actually, it's a bolt, and it's a long bolt or it's a fine thread bolt. There we go. And we'll take the washer off, and that is our spline right in there. And so our blade, it should sit in there pretty good. So we'll go ahead and we'll slide that in there. There we go. And it locks in. Now we don't need this little arbor piece because our arbor is designed like that. So these blades are kind of universal. So if you had a saw with just a round shaft on it for the arbor, you could use this in place, and that would allow you to use it on a regular arbor. So, but this arbor is specifically built with that shape. Put that back on our washer, and put the bolt back in here. There again, a long fine thread bolt. A handy wrench stored right there to use on our arbor. And also, there is a lock up under here that locks the spindle in place. We'll put our wrench on there and snug it up. pretty tight, like so. All right, now put our wrench back in its spot. We can reinstall the dust tray, which is what this is. It has 3 compartments to it, and it actually just slides into the bottom here. And as we see, there's a foam gasket all the way around here, so that's going to seal this dust tray in as we push it all the way in, and you can feel it really snug up in there. And then we just go with a lock here that we lock, and that pulls it all up in there. And like so. Set it back down here. This is our sliding table here, obviously. Now we are going to install the blade dust guard onto it. And we have a bracket here that we throw down first that mounts into here. So first thing we're going to do is take these screws here out to install the bracket. 1 and 2. Get out of there. Assembly. Screws back in. And this adjustable socket, so slide back forward, so you like that with a blade. Just use a 2-foot level. You place that up against the blade, your straight edge, and then you move your bracket. Go ahead and tighten it down too much. Move the bracket up against it, like so. And we tighten these down. And that puts these 2 pieces, the blade and the guard holder, in alignment. And then slides on there. We have the screw, the washer, and the nut, which is a plastic thumb wheel there. Okay. And this is adjustable height, so the thickness of the tile as we use it, the table goes past it, then, you know, depending on what your thickness of your tile is. Natural stone is thicker than porcelain or any of the other stone. So, okay, now, another feature. This has this rip fence. Let's turn this around. And this table is measured from 1 to 8 inches away from your blade. So if you were ripping 8 inches, you would put this in the 8-inch slot here, turn that to lock it in, and now you've got a fence to push your piece through. Unlock it. Like I say, you've got measurements all the way down from 1 inch to 8 inches. Put that anywhere and lock that in. Good deal there. You've got some fine adjustment here. This moves it a little bit, quite a bit actually. So you can get some adjustment there if you were doing, you know, 3.5, for example. That's how you would get out to 3.5, and so forth. Also, unlock it. Now this just has that T-fitting there. See, that spins, and so that's what's fitting into these slots here. And that's what you put it in there and line up the other 2 pins at the either end, fit in these holes, line it up, and then you twist that and that locks it in. So that's pretty cool. And it's also set up for 45 degrees right there. So now we can cut a piece at 45, run that on through, and 22.5, like so, as well as 0. Now it's just basically like a miter. So you push that back and forth and adjust this in. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Now get this spun around here like so. I'm going to go out and pick up a couple pieces of tile, and then we'll come back in and we'll see how well it works. All right, we're going to light this thing up. Take one. Let's see what we got here, people. Whew. Plastic smell there. The blade wobble to it as it slows down. All right, so we'll set that down. We got a piece of tile here. So let's go ahead and attempt it, okay? Attempt number 1. So we hit back here, so we know we got to adjust that up a little bit more. I'll tell you one thing, it's throwing some shrapnel out here, and that cut is crooked. So this rip fence needs to be all the way down for that to work. So I'll tell you what, we'll turn this around. Yeah, see, we're getting a lot of shrapnel off that thing, which is expected considering it's a dry cut. The wet saw doesn't do that because the water's raining down on it, and any of this chipping stuff just gets flushed into the water, so you don't get all that debris. But let's try another one here. Okay, so there's our cut. Now it did chip here when I came through to where I'd already cut this, but you see how that angle is crooked there. That fence has to be screwed all the way back to make it a square cut. Now that one looks like it did pretty good. No real way of, I don't have my measure out here, but well, you know, porcelain tile, it did pretty good. See, there's where it chipped it off. When it came off of this end here, right down here at this end, it chipped it coming off of there. So we did a job last September and October, and we were actually redoing a condo. We did kitchen floors and a couple of bathrooms and showers and floors and all that in the bathrooms. And we were able to set the wet saw up inside the condo. Which was really great. It was pretty much gutted out, so it was a concrete building, so we had a concrete floor. We just laid down some Visqueen. I set up the scaffolding and brought the Visqueen up the back, so because the water will spray out the back of the saw opposite of where you're standing. And so I did that to protect the walls from any water getting on there. And the water's one thing, but it mixes with this debris, this dust, and it's mud, essentially. And so it makes quite a mess. But that worked really well because the saw was set up in the middle of the condo, and it was a very short trip to either bathroom or even the kitchen to do that. And that's kind of where this thing came up through some jokes we made about that. We ended up with this saw, and so it's like, well, you know, we can give it a shot. because the one I'm doing now, we've got the bedroom is empty. They emptied out the bedroom because there's going to be floor put in it. So the bedroom is actually kind of our staging area for the bathroom, for the work we're doing on that. So, you know, we'll be able to set this up right there. Otherwise, we'd be out in the garage, which is all the way at the other end of the house. And that would be a lot of walking back and forth, and there's 3 or 4 steps to get down into the garage and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, for the first try here, let's see what our... And there's what our dust collector did. So I'm not sure what all this means. I guess we're going to look at the instructions and see what all that means as far as it sucking in. So tell you one thing we will do. Let's go ahead and flip this thing over. Let's unplug it. Safety first. Get this off of here. And we can stand this thing up. And let's see what we got here. Let's take this off. Take you over here. Yeah, so there's our cyclone thing. See the dust on that? So it pulled all the dust in from there. There's, of course, where our blade is. And then we got like this big HEPA filter here. This must be the exit on it, I'm going to say, because it comes through here into that tray and then up through this filter and out this tube and out the other side where it is ejected out into the atmosphere. So, okay, well, like I say, we've got a couple 100 feet, no more than that, of tile to cut. So we will check back in at the job site and we'll just see how well this, our new tool works. It's always exciting getting new tools for the shop.